so excited. We have been talking about how God's power pulls us through, right? And we're going to sing our theme song. Are you guys ready for that? All right, everybody stand up. Let's sing our theme song. Let's go.
We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey, there's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey, there's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. We stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Trusting in you. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you. So I won't be afraid, this my home, come what may. Where I go with you. Where I go with you. There's a spirit I cannot contain. There's a spirit I cannot contain. The same power that raised Jesus up from the grave. The same spirit I cannot contain. Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you. So I won't be afraid, this my home, come what may. Where I go with you. Oh, 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 oh. Where I go with you. Oh, 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 oh. Where I go with you. Your breath upon these bones, your fire in my soul, your kingdom is my home, and I don't walk alone. Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you. So I won't be afraid, this my hope, come what may, where I go with you. Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you. So I won't be afraid, this my hope, come what may, where I go with you. Where I go with you. Where I go with you.
Woo! Awesome job. Awesome job. That was so cool. I love seeing you guys sing and dance. I wish I could see all of you at home do the same, but I love it. It's so awesome. Thank you so much. Do you know, though, I learned something. I learned that trains talk to each other. Do you know that? Okay, maybe not actually talk, but they communicate with each other. And so I want you to listen to this, and I want you to then tell me what it said. Listen. Awesome. What do you guys think that said? What do you think it said? Follow God. All right. Yeah, okay. Abigail, what do you think? Here I come. Yeah, oh yeah. Bold, bold, right? What about you? Yeah. Alice? What's that? Don't come this way, the track's going to break. Okay. All right. Yeah. What do you think, Tom? There's a railroad crossing. I think that's a good one. Awesome. Did you know that if a train, I didn't do you. Who? Right, Ari? Okay, what? Oh, and you, Judah. So somebody said no, and another one said, I love you guys. So maybe that's what it says. I don't know. Anyway, if a train honks a horn 3 times really quickly, do you know that it means it's going to go backwards? Isn't that cool? That's really cool, isn't it? So what I want you to do for just a couple of seconds, all right? Talk to your family, and I want you to come up with your train honking or horns or communicating, all right? So you guys figure out what you're going to do, and we're going to hear a couple of them. All right. Does anybody got one? I think I heard a good one right here. What was it? Choo, 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 choo. All right, good. Yes. Ooh, I can. Wow, that was awesome. All right. Sorry. All right, what about you guys? Choo, 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 choo. Oh, that was awesome. Yes, Abigail? That sounded like cock-a-doodle-doo or something like that. Good, awesome. Well, all really good. Ari, what do you got? I'm asking you now. Sorry, Ariana, what do you got? Honk, honk. All right, awesome. Well, you know what? A train, when it honks its horn, it is bold and courageous. And do you know that sometimes God asks us to be bold and courageous? Sometimes it's hard, though, to be bold and courageous because sometimes we're asked to do something that's maybe a bit scary. Maybe you have to stand up for something and tell somebody that they're doing something wrong, and they don't really want to hear it, and that's hard. And we can be scared to do that on our own, but guess what we're going to learn today? Is that Jesus' power helps us be bold. Trust Jesus. Oh, that was good. Let's do that again. Jesus' power helps us be bold. Trust Jesus. Yeah, when we have to do hard things, be bold and stand up for something, maybe even tell somebody about what we believe, that we believe in Jesus, even when somebody else doesn't believe that or thinks that it's kind of weird that we believe in that. We just need to know that Jesus' power helps us be bold. Trust Jesus. Oh, good job. Hey, do you know what I found out this morning? I found out that Cam and his crew, they fixed the whole train track again, and they are going to get to go down the mountain and deliver M&Ms. Isn't that awesome? That's so awesome. Way to go, Cam. Oh, there's Cam.
I heard my name. Are you cheering for me?
Yeah, we're cheering for you. We're so excited.
Oh, man, yeah,
Congratulations. You fixed the track, and now you get to go down the mountain and do all of the deliveries and get the M&Ms to all of the great people.
Yeah, it's really great, Pastor Dan and my young friends. I'm real excited. Good heavens, what's that?
What? Where? Where'd he go? Cam, what are you doing back there? What are you hiding for? Come here.
You're right. Maybe if I wear a disguise, they won't find me. And now I'm a princess on vacation. Is this a good outfit, Pastor Dan?
No.
Do you still recognize me?
What?
Oh, darn it. All right.
What are you doing? I mean, you should just tell us because we're going to find out. I'm sure we are.
Well, you see, the conductor reminded me that before we go down the mountain, we're going to have to go over this real steep hill and go back down again.
Yeah. And what's the problem? Because isn't that what you want to do? You want to go and deliver all those M&Ms to all the people, right?
Well,
that's the whole point.
Well, certainly the people need their chocolate, Pastor Dan. But you see, all the journeys I've gone on, I've gone up little hills, and I've gone over long plains, and I've done some turns too.
Oh,
but
cool.
I've never done them where they go straight up like that and right down like a roller coaster.
Oh,
I'm scared, Pastor Dan.
You know, I understand that because when we have to do new things, sometimes that is scary. Sometimes that means we have to be pretty bold and courageous. But you know what? You don't have to do it on your own. What we learned today is that Jesus' power helps us to be bold. Trust Jesus. You don't have to rely totally on yourself. You can also rely on God because don't you think that the God of the universe who's strong enough to make that mountain is also strong enough to help you go up and back down that mountain?
Well, yeah, but I'm still pretty nervous.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I can understand that. That's okay. I mean, it's hard to do new things. So you know what? We have a song that we're going to sing in just a minute, and maybe that song talks about God's power, and it'll help you have courage, and you will realize that Jesus' power helps us be bold.
All right. Well,
trust Jesus. Yeah.
Trust Jesus. Yeah. That sounds really good. Okay, that might help. I'll stick around and lend my really, really sweet dance moves to your next song, and I'm sure I'll feel better after that's done.
All right, well, let's stand and let's sing. And this is a great song. I love this song.
Are you ready? Nope.
in the air right now. It's all around, I see it everywhere. It's the power, yeah, yeah, God's power. It's the power to move any star. It's the power to heal your broken heart. It's the power, yeah, God's power. So don't hold back, no, don't hold still. God is here and He is real. Take 4 steps to the left, to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it around and move to the right. 1, 2, 3. Now take tiny little jumps forward to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 jumps back, but you better look back. Let's do it all again right now. Take 4 steps to the left, to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it around and move to the right. 1, 2, 3. Now take tiny little jumps forward to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 jumps back, but you better look back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now freeze. And everybody clap your hands. Now stop.
Oh my goodness, that was so awesome. You did great. Are you bold and courageous now?
I'm feeling so bold and courageous.
Oh, Cam, I'm so excited. You're going to go up that mountain and back down. It's going to be awesome.
I sure shall. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Bye, Cam Track. Bye. All right. Hey, I wonder who our Bible buddy is today. We're going to find out right now. Check it out.
Is everyone on board for another exciting day? I'm roaring to go. My name is Sierra, and I'm a mountain lion. Now, you might think lions only belong in Africa, but North America has their lions too. My friends and I go by other names like pumas, panthers, catamounts, and cougars. That's because I live all over the western part of the globe, and different people have different names for me. In fact, aside from humans, no other mammal covers such a large range of territory. I am one cool cat, aren't I? My tawny fur doesn't start out like this. As a baby, I had spots. I think God gave me those so I'd blend in with the tall grass where my mother hid me. After my brothers and sisters and I were old enough to hunt, we left our pride and went out on our own. Most of the time, I'm pretty quiet. After all, if I'm making a lot of noise, it's gonna be hard for me to sneak up on my lunch. Shh, be quiet. A girl's gotta eat. Of course, there are times when I need to make a big, bold noise. Even though I look a lot like a lion, I don't roar. I've got a pretty intimidating scream, though. Isn't that the cat's meow? When I need to catch a meal, I have to move fast. I'm glad God gave me such powerful legs to run, jump, and pounce. Without those mighty muscles, I'd go hungry. God made my legs so powerful, mountain lions can jump up to 18 feet high and 40 feet long. That'd be like me jumping on top of your house. God created me with muscles to leap and pounce. Sometimes you need to boldly leap or pounce on an opportunity. Maybe it's hard to be bold when you need to make a new friend. Tell the truth. Or boldly talk about Jesus. The Bible has this powerful promise for you. He gives power to the weak and strength to the powerless. you can trust that Jesus' power will give you the strength you need to be bold. Jesus is right with you, cheering you on all the way. Pounce on the opportunity. Jesus' power helps us be bold. Trust Jesus.
Today we live, today we breathe, today we know that we are strong when we are weak. Today we trust, we overcome, take every chain that kept us slaves and throw them off. We're not waiting for permission, we defy our inhibition, like our middle name is fearless, son of red. If we're gonna fly, we fly like eagles, arms out wide. If we're gonna fear, we fear no evil. We will rise. By your power, we will go. By your spirit, we are bold. If we're gonna stand, we stand as giants. If we're gonna walk, we walk as lions. Today we live, today we breathe, today we know that we are strong when we are weak. Today we trust, we overcome, take every chain that kept us slaves and throw them off. We're not waiting for permission, we defy our inhibition, like our middle name is fearless, unafraid. If we're gonna fly, we fly like eagles, arms out wide. If we're gonna fear, we fear no evil. We will rise. By your power, we will go. By your spirit, we are bold. If we're gonna stand, we stand as giants. If we're gonna walk, we walk as lions.
It was awesome!
All right, great job. Thank you. I like that song. Woo. All right, I need you to get with your family, and here's what we're gonna do. I want you guys to come up with your own simple family cheer. I'm gonna give you like 2 minutes. Give me something simple like, Housers, Housers, we are bold. We don't ever want to get old. I don't know. Okay, something, your own little family cheer. You have 2 minutes or less, all right, to kind of come up with it. Okay, you got about 20 more seconds. All right. All right. This first time, I want you all to whisper your cheer. Whisper it, and it can be a loud whisper voice, but whisper your cheer. Ready? On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, go. Ooh, okay, I liked it. I liked it at home. I liked your cheers. But it wasn't very bold sounding, was it? Okay, we need to do it again. This time we need to sound bold. So this time, go ahead and shout your cheers. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. I liked them. All right. Today in our Kid Vid video, we're going to meet a girl who is bold. Her name is Lauren. Let's find out her story.
Meet Lauren. She's your pretty typical kid. She loves Legos and animals.
These are freshwater fish. Mine is Peaches. My brother's is Green Lantern. My sister's is Uma.
She loves learning
My favorite subject in school is writing. I did write. This is kind of like a comic book.
She also loves cruising around her basement on her scooter and bouncing on trampolines. Lauren also serves Jesus in a big, bold way by serving at her local food kitchen.
I saw all the people who didn't have food, so I wanted to help them. My first time I served in community kitchen, I tried it in California and I wanted to do it here. So I told my mom and she found a place and she said I can go.
First thing, she meets with her crew to get a plan for the day.
It feels nice and it feels like God want me to do this because it's important that people who don't have very much things, that we need to care for them. I am the drink and dessert person. When I do desserts, I walk back and forth taking down desserts and putting them on a table.
Once everything is set up, they say a prayer before everyone is served.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for the food that you have done.
It's time to start serving.
When they start, we have to pour the drinks.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow! Isn't it cool to see Lauren's boldness as she serves and meets all these grown-ups?
You're welcome. We serve juice, we serve milk, and we serve coffee, hot chocolate. It makes me feel bold when I show them that I care about them and that they are important and that we should care for them. And they are always happy when I'm there. That makes me feel good. Welcome.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Lauren enjoys serving so much, she invites others to serve with her.
My brother wants to go with me, so he'll come next time.
In the Bible, the book of Isaiah tells us, He gives power to the weak and strength to the powerless.
God has given me the power to show people that they matter and that it's kind to care for people who need stuff and who are just on the streets, who don't have food, who don't have homes. They need stuff, and I got the power from God to show them that they matter.
Jesus' power helps us be bold.
Of Lauren's, and I know some of you, that might be really, really easy for some of you to try something new and go to a new place, but some of you, that's really scary to try something new and go to a new place, right? Think about all of the things that you could do to be bold for Jesus. Think about all the things that you could do. I'm going to give you an example, and you can tell me some of your examples, okay? There might be somebody in your classroom who is a little different, and sometimes they sit by themselves at lunch, right? Could you be bold for Jesus and go be a friend to them and sit by them and make sure that they have a friend too, right? Something like that. What else? Give me a few more examples of some things you could do to serve or help other people to be bold for Jesus. What do you think? Any examples out there? Yes. Ariana, what do you think? Raise your hand once you have something. You got something? What do you think, Abigail? Yeah, okay. Abigail said, if someone new comes to church and they're brand new, I could go introduce myself and I could sit with them. Talking to someone you've never met before can be a very bold thing, and offering to be their friend. Thomas, you had an idea? Praying. You know what? That is a great one. How about the boldness of saying this to someone? Hey, can I pray for you? That might be a little awkward the first time you do it, but that's super duper bold. You see somebody hurting or you see somebody even happy and say, hey, can I pray for you? Great one, I love it. Yes, Zion, what you got? All right, that's a good one. Anybody else? I love those ideas. Do you have any more? All right, keep thinking about bold things that might be a little outside of your comfort zone, a little hard that you could do for Jesus. All right, Miss Werziak, what's our Bible story today?
Maybe. All right. Good evening, guys. I'm glad to see you back here again. Before we talk about our Bible story, I want to ask you something that I want you to talk about with your family for a minute. What would it be like if your legs didn't work? What would your life be like? Would it be different than it is right now? How would you move? Take a few minutes or a minute to talk with your family about what life would be like if you didn't have working legs. All right, so does anybody know what life would be like if your legs didn't work now? In today's world, what would Thomas, what do you think? Great answer, Thomas. Yes, in today's world, we have things called wheelchairs. And while it's not as good as working legs, is it? Would you be able to move yourself in a wheelchair? How would you move around? How do you make a wheelchair move? Yeah, and you'd use your arms, right? So would you still be able to go to the park in your wheelchair? Yeah, you totally would. Joanna? You think so? You don't think anybody would help you? I think life would be, Abigail, what do you think? So I think we have doctors today who would help us. And did you guys know in today's world, we even have people who can make artificial limbs for people who don't have a leg, right? Judah, did you want to say something about what life would be like? You would go to the hospital and you would go to a doctor. Good answer. So today's Bible story has a man whose legs didn't work. But you have to remember, he lived in Bible times. So there are no wheelchairs. There's no doctors who can help. So I've got somebody who I'm going to come up and make be my person without no legs. No, sit down, because your legs don't work. So I have to tell you, for this person to get around, do you know what had to happen? People had to carry him. So I'm going to carry. Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness. Ugh. They had to carry around people whose legs didn't work. All right, sit here. And so every day this man would be at the temple because his legs didn't work and he couldn't go anywhere by himself. So people would carry him to the temple, and he would sit outside the temple and he would beg for money. Okay? Why do you think this is what he's doing with his life? Remember, we lived 2,000 years ago. What do you think, Noah? Why is he just sitting at the temple begging for money? What do you think, Abigail? Why is he sitting at the temple begging for money? So he needs money for... Oh, Maybe to pay people to carry him around. What else do you think he might need, Ariana? He might need a house, he might need food, things like that. But he can't work, he can't move himself. So for 20 years, guys, he sat at the temple. 20 years. Can you imagine sitting perfectly still? Your legs don't work. I bet you can't even do it for a minute. Do you think you can do it for 1 minute? Let's see. I'm going to time it. Ready? Sit for 1 minute with your hands out. You can't move your legs. Ready? Go. You can talk, but you can't move your legs because your legs don't work. Can you do it, Caleb? Good. All right, we got to just sit. And you could say that. We got a lot of beggars here. But I have to ask, if you're yelling at people like that, do you think they're going to want to give you money? No, you're probably going to have to be polite. Okay, so now imagine, this is your life. This is all you can do with your life. And yes, people would give him gold and silver, but that's all he could do. Well, one day, 2 people came along to talk to him. I'm going to make sure. And their names were, I'll make sure I don't say that wrong. Peter and John. Thank you. Peter and John. Peter and John were Christians. What does it mean to be a Christian? Caleb, do you know what it means to be a Christian? Yeah, they believed in Jesus. Absolutely. They believed in Jesus. They're Christians. They come along to the temple and they see this man sitting here begging and they say, Peter says, I have something better than gold or silver. What could possibly be better than gold or silver? Abigail, what do you think? They said, I'll give you what I have. By the power of Jesus, you may get up and walk. Whoa! Yeah, party, he got up and walked. Totally, absolutely. So, I have a question. Do you think, all right, sit back down. Do you think this man who's been sitting at the temple for all these years, getting up and walking, do you think people probably noticed that? Yeah. A big crowd of people noticed it. So what Peter and John did then was start telling them about Jesus. Because they said, this is the perfect time. We healed somebody in his name. Let's tell people about Jesus. Do you remember what happened last night when somebody was talking about Jesus who wasn't supposed to be? What happened, Thomas? Yep, the soldiers came again, and they told them to stop talking about Jesus. They said, you have to stop talking about Jesus, or if you don't, you're going to go spend the night in jail. Guess which choice they made? Talk to somebody real quick and guess. Do you think they stopped talking about Jesus or went to spend the night in jail? What do you think, Ari? You think they stopped talking? All right, who thinks they stopped talking about Jesus? Who thinks they stopped talking about Jesus? Who thinks they were willing to spend the night in jail for talking to Jesus? Talking not to Jesus, talking about Jesus. Yes, they made the bold choice to not do what the guards and soldiers asked them to and keep talking about Jesus, and they had to go to jail. But the Bible tells us that because they were so bold as to talk about Jesus that day when they healed the man, do you want to guess how many people came to believe in Jesus because of that one day, because of that one man who they healed? How many people do you think they say believed in Jesus? Can you two please sit up on your bottoms crisscross? Abigail, what do you think?
2,086.
It's a good guess. You're too low. She guessed 2,086. That wasn't high enough. It has to be bigger than that. Caleb, what do you think? 10 million. You went a little bit too high. Guys, 5,000 men, that's not even counting the women and children, believed in Jesus because Peter and John were bold enough to talk about Jesus. Isn't that awesome? So, who here thinks they can be bold enough to talk about Jesus too? Now, you might not get 5,000 people to believe because that's a lot of people. But if you only get one person, you have still done something awesome for God, haven't you? All right, so stand up and give me your best superhero pose. Say, I am bold. I will tell people about Jesus. All right, superheroes, go back to your seats. Thank you.
God of heaven and earth, you are amazing. You hold me up with your hand, you give me faith, and I will put my hope in you alone, in you alone. God of heaven and earth, you are amazing. You hold me up with your hand, you give me faith, and I will put my hope in you alone, in you alone.
I will put my hope in you, Lord. You alone are everything I need. My hope is in you alone, in you alone. I will put my hope in you, Lord. You alone are everything I need. My hope is in you alone, in you alone.
Heaven and earth, you are amazing. You hold me up with your hand, you give me faith, and I will put my hope in you alone, in you alone. Heaven and earth, you are amazing. You hold me up with your hand, you give me faith, and I will put my hope in you alone, in you alone. God of heaven and earth, you are amazing. You hold me up with your hand, you give me faith, and I will put my hope in you alone, in you alone. God of heaven and earth, you are amazing. You hold me up with your hand, you give me faith, and I will put my hope in you alone, in you alone.
All right, great job, everybody. You can have a seat. Real quick, I want to tell you what I'm going to give you tonight to take home with you. In your bag, not only will you get today's Bible buddy, Sierra, but I also have the next two Bible buddies for you too, because this is our last night we're going to be here. And so you're gonna get Finn, and you're gonna get Lawrence Elk as well. And you can look and see what their Bible point is and what their Bible verse is. And if you look it up on YouTube and say Rocky Railroad VBS, you can watch their story too, okay? So check that out. All right, today let me introduce you to the Bold Blaster. The Bold Blaster. Ready? Watch and be amazed by my Bold Blaster. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Wait a minute. That was kind of a dud. That didn't really work. Let me try it again. Maybe I need to drop it a little higher.
No.
Wait a minute.
No.
Wait a minute. I think it needs something. I forgot to insert the Bold Blaster. Okay, here we go. Let's try this. See what happens this time. Ready?
Oh, wow.
That was a little sad too. Let me try again. It was so amazing. It's supposed to be amazing. It was a little amazing. Maybe. Thank you, Pastor Dan. Thank you. Ready? Okay, try it outside on the cement. I think it's our hollow, it's not very, try it on the ground. There we go. That was a little. Okay, you need to experiment at home with the Bold Blaster. I did try it in my office, and in my office it was actually pretty cool. All right, so when you get home, it just jumps really high. Like it has like a Super Bowl on the end, so it jumps really high. You're gonna have to check it out on your own. All right, sing us another song, and then I have one more activity for us.
If there's one thing we can count on, it's that God will never let us down, and we can trust everything He does. He keeps His promises, we know, because, yeah, the word of the Lord holds true. We can trust Him, we can trust Him. Yeah, the word of the Lord holds true. We can trust Him, we can trust Him. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If there's one thing we can count on, it's that God will never let us down, and we can trust everything He does. He keeps His promises, we know, because, yeah, the word of the Lord holds true. We can trust Him, we can trust Him. Yeah, the word of the Lord holds true. We can trust Him, we can trust Him. Yeah, the word of the Lord holds true. We can trust Him, we can trust Him. Yeah, the word of the Lord holds true. We can trust Him, we can trust Him. We can trust Him, we can trust Him.
Okay, I told you I have a little challenge for you. And in your seats there should be some things for you, but don't get those yet. I gotta tell you what to do. All right? So we've been learning a lot about trains and tracks and everything, and sometimes trains have to go over like a valley where the land goes way down. And so some people who build and design things are called engineers. And did you know that that's actually what a person who drives a train is called too? An engineer. So today, I'm going to ask you guys to use a little bit of your engineering skills, okay? So at your spots, you have some books like this. So if you're at home, you need to grab a couple of books and just a piece of paper. You should have got a train like this in your packet, okay? So we are going to make a bridge across our books, okay? And what do you think when you take your books like this, you have some, while our kids, there's in that spot back there, there's some for you to try. You guys can sit on the floor and try it. So take your books, put your bridge paper across it, okay? And what do you think is going to happen to this train when I drive it across the track? You think it's going to break? You try it too. Just set it on the books and try it and see what happens. So build your two little books. This is your valley in between. Yes, I see it. At home, you can do this too. Find a couple of books, put a piece of paper, and then see what happens when you drive your train across the paper. Okay, your valley needs to be an actual valley. You can't put your books so close together. You can't put your books so close together that there's no valley there. Okay? Wind it up and try to drive your train across the train tracks. It's because it's too close together. You have no valley. There's no bridge to be needed. Okay, watch what happened to mine. Whoa, it just fell. My bridge fell right down. Okay, you can try it. Watch. Okay, it just falls right down. Okay, but you are an engineer tonight. Now, the only thing I gave you was a piece of paper. You cannot use anything else except the paper. We don't have any wood tonight. We don't have any metal tonight. We don't have hammers and nails. All you have is this piece of paper. Use your engineering skills. Pastor Dan, you already know what to do, so you can't. You're cheating. All right. Use your engineering skills. Do something to this paper to see if you can make it be a bridge that works. Okay? I know. Try something. Try something with this paper to see if you can make a bridge that actually works. You may take the trains home. You can take the paper home, not the books. All right, try it. Did it work? All right, all right. Yeah, you guys did it. Do you know? Sure, just a minute. Do you know that simply folding the piece of paper like you did, do you know what engineering actually and what it does? It makes the paper into a bit of a triangle. Even if it's folded, it's still a triangle. Okay? It makes the paper into a bit of a triangle, and that was enough. Did you know that triangles are actually really strong? You can ask Pastor John's wife. She builds bridges for a living, or used to build bridges for a living, and they use triangles all the time. So just folding it like this, we can even just fold it like this. It doesn't have to be thick paper. It doesn't have to be folded in the three. It can just sit like this. But just because we folded it, watch.
It works.
I know. Isn't that amazing? It works. It's only one layer paper. And just because we folded the sides up.
It's because this doesn't fit.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Like if there's enough weight on it.
Yep. So you just engineered and designed something that would give it some more power.
I wonder if
So the track,
real train could run.
yeah. Sometimes, guys,
It's time to train.
sometimes we don't feel very bold inside by ourselves. Sometimes we need something to change us just a little, or something to help us just a little, and that's exactly what Jesus does for us. Jesus' power helps us be bold. Trust Jesus. All right, we're going to sing two more songs, our train song and then our theme song one more time before we wrap up. You may take your trains home. You may take your tracks home. Those are all yours to keep. Go for it, girls.
This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. 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 Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. This train.
Okay, now let's bring it down.
This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. glory. This train is bound for glory. Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. This train, oh, this train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. This train, this train, this train, this train. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey. There's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us whole and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey. There's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. We stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Trusting in you. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you.
All right. Awesome, awesome. I have had so much fun this week. Here's how we are going to close in prayer tonight. Here's what we're going to do. I am going to say, thank you, Jesus, for each of our Bible points this week. And you are going to shout, we trust you, Jesus. All right? So you have a part. I'm going to say we're going to review all three things we learned this week. And after each one, you guys shout, we trust you, Jesus. Okay? So this is going to be our closing prayer. Here we go. Dear Jesus, thank you for giving us the power to do hard things. Dear Jesus, thank you for giving us the power to hope. We trust you, Jesus. Jesus, thank you for giving us the power to be bold. We trust you, Jesus. Amen. I hope you really do trust Jesus, that he has the power to help you do hard things, to give you hope, and to be bold. Thank you so much for coming, and we will see you Sunday. All right. What did you say? We need some songs.